Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yashala, Koholimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article. Let's get the title here. She's suing after Detroit police seized her car based on license plate reader data, right? So it says, acting on information drawn from its multi-million-dollar network of license plate readers, Detroit police handcuffed Isaac Robinson, put her 2-year-old son, who has autism, in the back of a police cruiser and seized and impounded her only car for more than 3 weeks. But witnesses to the drive-by shooting, witnesses to the drive-by shooting police were investigating never gave officers any partial license plate numbers. And the man later convicted in the non-fatal shooting has no known connection to Robinson or her 2013 Dodge Charger. Robinson, who had to borrow someone's truck to keep her job as an assembly line worker at Stellantis has sued the city in federal court, was never charged with a crime and even identified as a suspect. But this is how they get over, though, man. You know, and it's so hard to prove things. It's such, they call it red tape and bureaucracy. They kept this car for 3 weeks, man. I can't imagine a phone call she had to make. I've had, you know, just if your car gets into an accident, these motherfuckers don't even have the proper information to tell you what tow yard it went to. You got to be searching and doing all kinds of weird shit. It's just a hassle, man. You know. But anyway, it says instead of punching in a suspected license plate number and finding out whether cameras in the city's network had captured one similar, and this lets you know how, to the extent that they're watching you, that they can just type a couple of characters. All they got to do is type a partial for number, and you know, they that shit is rolling, man. You see them sitting in the car, man. All these police cruisers got that big ass computer sitting right there in the center console, and they got access to every goddamn thing on your life, man. Especially if you got a driver's license. But these cameras, they're everywhere. I was saying that already. But it's all leading up to what? That MOTB, that C-HIP, that mark of the beauty and the beast, man. Revelation 13:16. That's what it's all leading up to. What other level do you think this is gonna go to? I'm telling you, man, we're living in these last days. It's getting very, very close, man. Okay, again, it says, instead of punching in a suspected license plate and finding out whether cameras in the city's network had captured one similar to it in the vicinity of the shooting, police worked backwards, using descriptions and photographs of a shooter's vehicle. They looked at which license plates passed a specific license plate reader around the time of the shooting and determined which of those plates belonged to the white Dodge Charger. According to deposition testimony, the license plate reader they used was about 2 miles from the scene of the shooting on Detroit's east side, but only a couple of blocks from Robinson's home. So you can get caught up, man, just from their bullshit. But we know that's all by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, because the Lord is setting all this up. Because that MOTB, that mark of the beauty and the beast, that's the Lord's system. And it's the system that's going to catch those that he don't want overall, man. And we're praying to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai for mercy, man, that we're not one of those people. And just pray. See, even for stuff like this is some stuff that you will unknowingly, you just won't notice. But it's good to pray. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, please keep me protected, as I'm driving to and fro, whatever. And that prayer could actually access, or for lack of better terms, that prayer could cover this. Because you can just be going to work, or you could just be going somewhere, just doing your regular thing. Next thing you know, your car's surrounded. And you don't know why. And these police officers, man, they super trigger happy these days, too. So, if you make one false move, you could be riddled with bullets, man. So she says, I don't know what you're talking about. She remembers telling the police officers who conversed outside her home. lights flashing the night after the shooting. They make it seem like you're the crazy one. Her son, now 3, wouldn't stop crying until he was back in her arms. Notably, images from the Detroit Project Green light cameras, I try to avoid those places too. Stores that have that shit, but they, pretty much Detroit, man, they're covered with them. They done pretty much, and at one point, they was kind of forcing or coercing these store owners to actually pay into this system. And it's going to explain what it is. If you're from a different city, you know if you live here. Notably, images from Detroit Project Green light cameras, a partnership between businesses and police that produces high-resolution photos of crime scenes, and police report mentions that the Dodge Charger used in the shooting had one fog light that was not working. But you can see this is something that the police are and they actually push it as if, what if you get robbed? And a lot of these store owners, they're with it. You know why they're with it? Because these are pretty much Ishmaelites. Those are Arabs, or people from Yemen. You know what I'm saying? Those are the a part of the enemies that's in our neighborhood. So they don't mind us being surveilled, because all they want is their shit safe. They don't have to deal with this because they get in their cars and they go to their city. They don't live in Detroit. They just own businesses in Detroit and make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of Jake. That's how you know where those people were Israelites under those curses. These are the ones that come in and they lick the wound, man. They come in after Esau done totally mobbed on us. Then they come in and they take what's left. So they don't care that these cameras are set up around their store. So whenever you see that green light, it's a green light that flashes. You see it flashing. You know what I'm saying? All stores don't have it. But I mean, the cameras is so high resolution, they can pretty much pick up on some shit from another location damn near up the street where it don't even, they don't even need the camera on there. That one camera on one store can handle everything going both ways, up, down, north, south, east, west, and cover who knows how many blocks radius, So this is Esau though, man. And matter of fact, it goes on in this article to tell you that there's no law set up for that shit. They just making up their own rules. See? It says, Detroit police detective Dion Corbin Jr., who was in charge of the shooting investigation, testified at a deposition that the entire time police had Robinson's vehicle impounded, they never checked to see whether both her fog lights worked or not. They also never tested the car for potential relevant evidence such as gunpowder residue. Now, why would you not check for shit like that? Because they tacky as hell, and because these cameras done made their jobs pretty much overall easy. They don't do the investigations and the police work that they used to do, man. Robinson's cases raises new concerns about Big Brother surveillance and artificial intelligence run amok in a city where government-controlled cameras are proliferating, and facial recognition technology, which Detroit also uses, has on several occasions contributed to police arresting the wrong black suspect. And I was talking about that yesterday, because there was a couple of people sued, but I know this one guy, he sued, and he had receipts and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and even the place where he was shopping at, I think at the time, they had the camera work themselves, but he actually sued him and won a lot of money, man, because they wrongfully arrested him on some shit that the facial recognition system got wrong. Because they'll tell you, they even said it's not 100%, but it's worth it. That's what they say. It's not 100%. I think it's like 77% or some shit, but it's worth it. So you telling me it's worth it to that 30% or so of mishaps is worth it? Somebody going to jail for some bullshit, or you turning somebody's life upside down over some bullshit? Because just so happened, this lady, she said she had to borrow somebody's truck just to get back and forth to work. Had she not had no other vehicle, I guess her ass could have got on a bus. But you know what I'm saying? But with an autistic child, that would be a little bit difficult if she's single. And a lot of the times, that's another lesson. Michigan, it says Michigan has no law regulating how license plate readers are used. So how the fuck are they using them? Whose idea was this? How can you just use the taxpayers' money to set up a system that nobody voted for? Because they've been having city council meetings about this thing. Nobody wants that shit. Because it's not That's how, again, like I said, we're under the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, because no other nation of people have to deal with it. They use that shit for us and us only. They're not using no none of those cameras to zoom in on no damn white people while they at no goddamn Lions game or no Tigers game or none of that shit. Because they come down here and trash the city, throw shit all over the place, and then jump back in their vehicles and go back to their pristine cities. They're not it's just it's a trap, man. Matter of fact, let me get a quick scripture. And we know these scriptures is real and they true, man. But this is why, again, we can't stress enough to always pray. Pray, man. I think it's in Lamentations. Yep, Lamentations 4:18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets, or in our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. See, they hunt our steps. And that's exactly what they do. Motherfucker always sitting on the side of the road, hiding. If you were so concerned about safety, why don't you just sit out in the open and have your police hazard lights moving, so to speak. You can have the damn lights flashing and people see you. You know what I'm saying? People going to slow down first off. They're not going to be driving as fast. They're going to slow their asses up. They're more than likely going to put their damn phones down from texting, because they don't want to be seen texting and driving. And then the average person might think to themselves, like, well, nah, man, let me chill. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, the police, they can easily station police cars every other couple of miles with them fucking lights on, man, to deter crime. But no, what do? They sit in the cut and they hide and they on some dragnet shit, man. Because they don't really care. That's what they're telling you. They act as if, see, that's Esau, man. Let me get another one. And y'all care so much about America, man. Y'all about to go out and vote for some people that's gonna further push these types of things on y'all asses, man. Gonna further take your rights. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of the fact that you set traps for us, man. And then Jake, every motherfucker in my neighborhood, my neighbors next door to me on both sides of me, the neighbors across the street, all of them got that Ring doorbell bullshit and those cameras. You know what I'm saying? It's one dude, the same day he had his camera system up, somebody stole his Jeep. Like, so it didn't do him no goddamn good. But they're able to tap into your cameras and watch every fucking thing that you're doing. And the people across the street. And they don't need your permission. They don't need no warrants to go into your Ring doorbell camera shit. They was even talking about that here. I guess it's different in certain states. But no, they man. Anyway, but we do know that this is all leading up to Revelation 13:16, man, where they're going to surveil the shit out of your ass, and they're going to take it to a point of putting an implant in your ass to do so. They're going to know your exact fucking location. I think that's, I'm not sure what African country that is, but they was talking about, hey, no more paper birth certificates. They talking about putting that shit in your goddamn baby as soon as it's born. Okay, but it goes on to say, Michigan has no law regulating how license plate readers are used. So individual police agencies set their own rules. Look at that. How could that be? Along with companies such as Flock and Motorola, which provide the technology. The high-speed cameras are located at intersections, bridges, signs, various high-traffic locations around the state, and are also carried by many police vehicles, photographing and storing license plates of every passing car. Crazy, bro. Crazy. But see, you got these stupid doofy motherfuckers. They want to go to civil war about some, stupid as hell. But you not standing up for shit like this. You should be standing up for stuff like this. You should be marching on your capital for shit like this. But see, again, you got these people that's out here, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what does it matter? But you can get caught up like this right here. Just like how this lady got caught up, she ain't do shit. She had her car, she probably had to pay for the damn impound. 3 weeks in Detroit, man, your shit get impounded for 3 weeks in Detroit. A lot of the times, man, the price that they want you to get the car out, it's not even worth the car. It depends on what you driving, because man, they hitting you over the head. These charges, even the tow companies are getting over on Jake, man. Everybody getting over on Jake. That's Psalms 83. Matter of fact, let's go into Psalms 83 real quick, because it talks about the enemies of the Lord, and these enemies of the Lord, they're actually your enemies too. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These people are your enemies. Psalms 83, let's start from the top. Verse 1. A song or a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. And we say Yahweh, we mean the Heavenly Father that created everything through his Son, Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. So the Father's name is Yahweh, meaning he exists, or he is to be, or the existing one. And the true name of his Son is Yahweh Shai, which means he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. Right? And these people are the enemies of the Lord right here, these nations. And actually, the main enemy of the Lord is the so-called white man that gave you fucking white Jesus. They know the Lord's name is not Jesus. They know the Lord is not no so-called white man. They know if the Lord was walking the earth today, he would be a Negro. When they surveilling him, when they on his heels, they was on his heels when he walked the earth. They persecuted him. You know, it was all prophetic. It had to happen. But the same thing, our Lord, then they throw him in jail for nothing. Wasn't he innocent? But the accusers, man. And matter of fact, this is the accuser of the brethren too. That goes off into that scripture, roughly paraphrasing. Esau is the accuser of the brethren. He accuses us. He sets the traps, and then he accuses us of falling into the traps. Verse 2, it says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." And this is some of the crafty counsel that they've taken against us, is to set these goddamn cameras up everywhere and you know, want to pinpoint and watch Jake all over the damn place. And don't get me wrong, Jake wild as hell. You know, Jake is wild as hell. But I'm talking about, if you're not doing this across the board, and you're just only doing it to one race of people, then you know, you're discriminating basically, man. You should be doing that with everybody. Them cameras should be. You know what? Hey, I'm in one of these cities right now. I'm at the plantation right now, sitting out of my vehicle. But this city right here, they're not going for that shit. You ain't putting no cameras up all over the place and spy on them like that. They will run down at a city council like it's nothing. See, when our people show up for city council, because it's not like our people don't. You know, our people will show up for shit like that, but we don't get no results. The reason why we don't get no results is because we have no respect and we have no power in our might. And actually, it's because of those curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28 that the Lord said he will place our enemies above us, man. And so we don't have no might. We're just Jacob. We're just a worm, like the scripture says. And we depend upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah for our daily bread. That's all that we can do. And that's all you're supposed to do anyway. But there was a time when we had our own. And we're going back to that time period. We're going back to ruling over them. We're going to go from being the surveil to being the ones that surveilling their asses. We're going to be doing damn surveillance, goddammit. And I can't wait. Verse 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." See? They want you to think that you're just black. You're Hispanic, Native Americans, you're African Americans, you're Jamaican, you're Haitians, you know, all these different fucking names that they gave you when they colonized you, you know? So they don't want you to ever know that you're Israelites, but guess what? Nothing they can do about the Israelites waking up, because that's prophetic. All these things are prophetic, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to fuss about, you know. We bring it out to, because first off, one of the prophecies that's spoken of too is that Esau, or the man of sin, the son of perdition, must be revealed. This man is the man of sin. He's the son of perdition. He's the one running the earth. He's the one that's making all the rules. As a matter of fact, Job 9:24 says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Imagine a so-called black crew of people pulling up in a so-called white people neighborhood and start putting cameras up on poles. Imagine that. Just take a moment to imagine that. That shit not going down. Why? Because we have no might. They're going to be, what the fuck y'all doing? No, you have to go through state law. You have to go through this. You have to go through. See, they're the ones that come up with the laws to make that shit run smoothly for them. It's nothing for them to surveil you, but you're not going to surveil them. So that's the reason why we pray on a day-to-day basis for this place to fall, man. Because they are our enemies. Why would we not pray for the Lord to get us out of the hands of our enemies? Jake and this motherfucker praying for this place to go on. God bless America. Get the fuck out of here. Verse 4 again, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. See? They come together with one consent, like, yeah, let's put some cameras up on them niggas. Let's watch them niggas. Matter of fact, we're going to set some traps for the asses, though. And then while we setting the traps for them, you know, we got the cameras work to go ahead and swoop their asses up and send them to jail for life. You know, he's the one that's setting the fucking traps, man. He got, you know, I'm telling you, man, y'all, hey, you got to beware of your enemy. This is why the Lord, he says to never trust thine enemy. Y'all see, our people trust these people. You know, I work with them. You know, I do what I got to do with them. I get my daily bread. But do I trust these mother? You think I'm going to a fucking barbecue afterwards, or a work picnic, or a damn, you know, going camping with these mother? You crazy as hell. Nah, bro, I got shit to do. I'm busy. Verse 6, it says the tabernacles of Edom. Matter of fact, let me read it in the NLT. It says, these Edomites and Ishmaelites and Moabites and Hagarites, and the Edomites are the so-called white race today. The Ishmaelites are the Arabs, the ones that's in the neighborhoods that's allowing them to put the green light shit up on us. Right? The Moabites, those are your so-called Chinese, man. So these nations, the nations are out here. They're named in the scriptures by their biblical name. Right? The Hagarites, you got the Jebuelites, the Ammonites, which those are so-called Japanese, and Amalekites. Amalekites, those are the ones that's over there in Israel. And matter of fact, they do a lot of testing. They do a lot of their training on how to harass the shit out of you niggas right there in Israel. A lot of that police training, a lot of that riot training, a lot of that, we know how to, you know, billy club your ass, we'll mace the shit out of you, we'll, you know, taser your ass to death, or we'll pull these guns out and put a clip in your ass. They're the ones that's doing a lot of the training, those Amalekites. And those are Edomites too. So-called white people, man. And people of Philistine and Tyre, Assyria has joined them too, and is allied with the descendants of Lot. See? So these are your main nations, but it's all nations that's against the Lord and against you, the children of Israel, man. So just know that you're in a serious fight, man. We're in a spiritual war out here, man, with these people, and you have to be very careful of them too. The scripture talks about stay away from the man that have the power to kill. This man have the power to kill your ass, and you know, he'll get that little slap on the wrist, and he's back out here, you know, ready to gun down whoever else. Let me see, where was we at on it? So let's get this part again, because why is this legal? Because I'm telling you, these so-called white people, they're not having this in their neighborhoods. It says, and Jake don't pay attention to shit, though. They'll see these motherfuckers putting up something and won't even ask them what they doing. What is that? I ask them if I see them. What y'all doing, man? Because it'll be a group of Edomites pulling up out of a truck. And that shows you how gullible Jake really is, because all they got to do is put on one of those little bright-ass vests, put on a hard hat, pull up in the truck, and Jake won't even ask no questions as to what they doing. They could be there to snipe your ass. See, Jake not going to call the police and say, there's some suspicious men out, and, you know, can you send a squad car? No, if that was the reverse and Jake was in their neighborhood, you know, 3-4 so-called black men jump out of a truck with tinted windows, with those bright-ass vests on, looking like they're construction workers or something. No, those people are going to call the police. They're going to want to know, well, we haven't heard anything about anyone coming to fix anything or put up anything. They're going to want to know. That's the difference between Esau and the difference between Jacob here, because they have completely downtrodden Jacob to the point of him just wanting his bread and circus. Jake just want to just fucking just chill. They've worn out the Saints. Jake don't even, it's like, I don't even want to be bothered. I don't want to know. But it says Michigan has no law regulating how license plate readers are used, so individual police agencies set their own rules, along with companies such as Flock and Motorola, which provide the technology. The high-speed cameras are located at intersections, bridges, signs, and various high-traffic locations around the state, and are also carried by many police vehicles, photographing and storing the license plates on every vehicle passing car, man. That's crazy. Detroit, which appropriated $5 million to expand, and they getting money off of you to do it. Why you think these motherfuckers constantly got you down there in court? Goddamn 36th district and all this other bullshit. And you think that Jake is the only one in the city because that's all you see. You don't see no other races of people in that fucking courtroom. So they're milking. I remember having a situation where some police officers lied on me, talking about I ran a red light. And you know, the map of the city would clearly show you there's even no fucking red lights in that area. So he stopped me. Basically, what he done was he stopped me and said my brake light was out. At first, it was like in the morning. I was working like a 8 at night to 4 o'clock in the morning shift. So I was like one of the only people that's kind of like was out that morning. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm leaving work 4 a.m. You know, and no one was out on the avenue. And I can remember that's when I think it was those Dallas police officers got killed. It was years back. And you know, so the police officer, you know what I'm saying, he comes up to my window, tells me about the brake light. He hands me the ticket, you know, and I'm like, okay. Because generally with something like that here in Detroit or Michigan, you can just get it fixed, go to the police station, show that it's fixed, and they'll just disregard the ticket. So that's what I done. I woke up the very next morning and went to the AutoZone, auto parts place. I grabbed the light. I put the light in. I went to the police station right up the block, a few blocks down from me, and, you know, went in and was like, you know, I want to, you know, get rid of this ticket. I want to just show you that, you know, the problem is resolved or whatever. And then the police officer, I didn't even know because I didn't look at it like that. It was, you know, late at night. Early morning, dark. I'm just tired, ready to go home. I just set the ticket on my passenger seat and kept driving. And so I didn't realize that until I got to the police station that the police officer was like, well, okay, I see you got the light fixed, but there's nothing I can do about the ticket because they got you down for running a red light too. I'm like, what? I was so fucking pissed, man. So I was like, no, we definitely going to court on this. And you know how many times I had to go to court? I had to go to court like 4 times on that ticket. They telling me the police officer didn't show up today, so I got to come back. I'm like, well, you know, how many fucking times? I'm doing my part. It's not my fault that he's not here. But you know what they was doing? That's when they was building, you know, the little Caesars Arena. They was building that new train track shit downtown, all that bullshit, so these fuckers can go and watch hockey and stupid shit. And I told the judge straight up, I said, well, hey, I'm just going to have to keep coming back because I'm not putting any of my money towards no rebuild of this bullshit down here because I don't come down here. I don't go downtown Detroit. I don't venture down there. I don't give a fuck. They're not getting 1 penny from me. If you couldn't give me free tickets to a Lions game, a Tigers game, a concert, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm not going that way. I don't know what downtown Detroit look. Somebody was telling me just the other day, oh, it looks nice and it's getting even more beautiful. I don't give a fuck. Not going down there. And that was one of the reasons too. I was adamant, like, nah, because I know y'all pressing my people to build this shit. And then finally, on my 4th time going down there, and it was worth it. I didn't give a fuck about wasting no gas or wasting no time like that, because it was the principle that mattered to me. So finally, on about the 4th time, this police officer finally shows up. Then he pulls me out into the hallway, you know, telling me about what he can get rid of and what I can do this for you. I can do. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You're not the judge. That's the reason why we're here. I told him straight up, like, well, I don't know how many people ain't no telling how many people you done rammed or jammed up since you last pulled me over. But I didn't run no red light. So let's go in here and see what the judge got to say. You don't have no proof that I did neither. So we go back into the court, you know, I'm getting loud with him, you know, because bailiffs and shit starting to come out of the other courtrooms and shit. You know, I had to tone myself down. But anyway, Go back into the courtroom. I see him step up to the the little shorthand person that be doing a little recording or whatever, and whisper some shit in their ear. And we waiting on the judge to come out. And I was like, the second person that she called, I'm talking about this motherfucker was filled. I ain't never seen the courtroom that filled with Negroes down there trying to fight a damn ticket, man. But anyway, he whispers in her ear, his ass disappears, and then she calls my name second. She's like, yeah, well, today your ticket is dismissed because the officer couldn't show up. He was at training. And everybody in the courtroom looking like, no, that motherfucker was just here. I was like, well, anyway, I said, is this done? Like, am I okay? Can I leave? And it was a lady judge, and of course the scripture talks about a woman not usurping authority over a man. But here we go in America, I gotta listen to some chick. And you know what she told me? She was like, he can bring this ticket up in the future at any time that he want. I never heard of no shit like that before. Every time I've ever gone to court and they giving you a ticket and that police officer didn't show up, they dismiss that shit. Because where's your witness? He got to tell what I done. But I literally had to go back and forth down there, man. But anyway, that's just, Salakia for that story. But you get what I'm trying to say here as far as the way that this man jams us up, man. It says Detroit, which appropriated $5 million to expand its license plate reader system last year, has installed 125 of the cameras around the city and also deployed dozens of mobile units in patrol vehicles. And nothing's getting done. Motherfuckers still getting blown away. They even got shot spotters. They got these hookups like, gunshot go off. They can pull it right up on the location of that gunshot. Still nothing's changing. Nothing getting no better. Motherfuckers, two people just at the damn Lions game. Motherfucking tailgating. Two motherfuckers got shot and killed. Tailgating. Matter of fact, I got the video right off in here. I didn't want to play it, you know what I'm saying? Because, somebody got the video. They got the bodies blurred out on the ground, but you can see the chaos. You can see the fucking chaos, man. It says the Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb Sheriff Departments all use license plate readers. See, I'm in Wayne County though. Oakland County, you don't even want to go to, or Macomb County, because them pretty much sundown counties. They gonna for sure jam you up if they get a chance. It says as does the Michigan State Police, which will not disclose numbers, locations, or vendors for security reasons. See? Well, why not? Why don't you be transparent? What you mean security reasons? Security on who? What, they about to attack your camera? You got the camera. You can see if they're attacking it. You just go put another one up. Shit. The fuck you talking about? We should know where these cameras are at. Cause y'all taking our money to put them up. That's like me having a security company come to my house and put up some cameras, and he's not telling me where he actually installed them. Crazy, bro. Police agencies taunt the readers as an important crime-fighting tool, and Detroit police say they have been especially effective in combating vehicle thefts, which have been at an epidemic level in the cities. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Motherfuckers out here doing donuts around their asses and everything, man. They street racing around your ass. Y'all not doing nothing but sitting there with your lights flashing. You're not even trying to chase the suspect. The Michigan ACLU, which is concerned about privacy issues such as the use of the technology to track people's movement, has produced a model policy that would restrict storage of the gleaned data, but allow its use when license plate numbers are relevant to specific criminal investigations and for cases such as Amber Alerts, where they can help locate children and others who are in danger. See, this is the type of shit that they're gonna pull on you. They're gonna tell you, well, it's gonna help with Amber Alerts. We can find missing children. It's gonna help with crime. But in the meanwhile, they spying all on your ass. The ACLU policy will not allow the reverse use that results in the seizure of Robinson's car. That is the exact kind of concern that we have, that you'll be wrongfully identified as a suspect of a crime simply because you have a similar car. See? If there had been a license plate or partial license plate identified, I think that's a slightly different situation. But how many people drive that type of car through that area? Come on, bro. Bills to regulate the use of the license plate readers have been introduced as far back as 2013, fucking over 10 years ago. Now, what's taking you so long for something that with common sense? But they go to school, they got these PhDs, they got all these letters and acronyms before and after their name. They're the professionals. And you so goddamn stupid that you can't say, all right, well, this makes sense. You know, we don't want to identify a wrong driver. We really want to get the person that's involved in this crime. But it's a money grab. Everybody getting paid. You got these little lobbyists, everybody getting a little hush money under the table and a little shit like that, you know. So and then, like I said again, it doesn't affect them. This is how you can see Esau right now. They out here fussing and fighting, and they want everybody to stand in solidarity with the asses now because their groceries done went up, the gas done went up. You know, they're feeling like they're losing what they fucking stole to begin with. So now they want everybody to get down with them. Oh, we're losing our country, and we're this and we're that, and we're all one people. The fuck out of here, man. Now that shit is affecting them, they want to say something. But it's been affecting us all along. There are some legitimate uses, she said. We just need to make sure that there are guidelines in place for the use of this technology. And this shit is not going nowhere, no matter who's fussing. Robinson, who has since moved out of the city, said she was forced to pay I knew she was going to have to pay nearly $300 in impound fees, and neither her driver's license nor the badge she used to swipe in at Stellantis were ever returned. She said she still feels rattled by the incident when she is driving home from her midnight shift at the auto plant and sees a police car. Her lawsuit, which seeks unspecified monetary damages, alleges unreasonable seizure, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false imprisonment, and she gonna get paid. They're gonna have to come up off something. The Detroit police spokesperson said officers are authorized to use license plate readers in reverse when they have vehicle descriptions but not partial license plate numbers. But the spokesperson would not otherwise comment on what happened with Robinson, citing pending litigation, of course. Corbin testified last month he still thinks Robinson's vehicle was used in the shooting. Well, how, if you got the evidence that it wasn't? The fuck you talking about? Damn. But see, this is how far they'll go, man. It says, though he can't make any connection. Oh, so you can't make any connection, but this is your personal idea that, okay, but well, personally, I think that the car was involved. Well, you got to have the evidence, buddy. You don't know that? You don't know that you need evidence to stand up in the court of law? Okay, it says, even though he can't make any connection between Robinson and the shooter and never investigated the vehicle in ways that could have confirmed or dispelled his suspicions. Paul Mataka, Robinson's Troy attorney, said as bad as the debacle was for Robinson, it could have been worse if she or her son had been harmed when police surrounded her vehicle and detained them both. Police arrived in force about 9:30 p.m. when Robinson and her son were sitting in her driveway using the car's air conditioner to cool off on a muggy night. Mataka said he doesn't understand why police didn't knock on Robinson's door the night of the shooting and asked to speak with her. According to police reports, they drove by her residence and concluded the car wasn't there when Robinson says it was inside her garage. If you're going to use this, you need to make sure you're using it right, Mataka said. Showing up to her house at night with a SWAT team essentially is excessive. It terrifies the citizens. It makes them look like criminals to their neighbors, and it also increases the risk that there's going to be an unfortunate incident where the cops shoot someone. See? And that's it. A couple of comments. This person says, fuck the Detroit police. They've been doing citizens wrong since the 70s. This is why people fled the city for the burbs. 500,000 since 1985. When you actually get a cop to show up, they say they fuck it up by arresting or killing the wrong citizens. Yeah. That's some lazy police work. Yeah, and it is. All yeah. Yep, Detroit police and 36th District Court are corrupt. You ask me, I say goddamn right. I say all of them in all these cities, man, where they're surveilling us at. But guess what? The Lord is surveilling you. The scriptures talks about how the eyes of the Lord are everywhere. The Lord see what's going on. And then when you see some of these officers, you know what I'm saying, they get the asses slaughtered. And then they'll have this champion parade. All the police officers show up in their best suit. Got all their little badges and shit, their little stats on their damn jackets. Motherfucker, one gun saluting. They have what they call that bullshit with the flag. Flags at half staff for these clowns. But the Lord is judging their asses for being wicked as hell when they're in that police officer suit, and they're supposedly be because the scripture talks about how these police officers are ministers of Yahweh. Now let's get that. I'm gonna end out here soon. I know I'm kind of going a little long here, but hey, we moving in the spirit, man. Romans 13:1, it says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God, Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of God, Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." So when these police officers pull up on you, they're so goddamn corrupt, you know, a lot of them, but some of them are, you know, decent, you know, but whenever they pull you over, just, hey, comply with them. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Hand them your license, registrations, whatever it is that they're, just comply with what they're asking you for. The scriptures is giving you a clear indicator. It says to agree with your adversary quickly. Go ahead and give them what it is that they need. Don't get rowdy with them. Don't get all testy with them, because you know they you know that professionalism goes out the window, because they'll act like, you know, you just a neighbor across the street in an argument with their asses. They want to go in the house and get their gun, you know. Verse 3, "For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of God to thee for good." See, they're supposed to be ministers to us unto good. But you got a lot of corrupt ass cops out here, man. "But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain." And the sword is that modern day gun. He don't bear that boy in vain. He'll dump a clip on you and pop another one in, boy, and dump it into your ass again. And we talking about multiple cops. Motherfuckers let off a 200, 300 shots, man, into a vehicle like it's nothing. It says, "For he is the minister of Yahweh, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil." So there should be, justice really, actually, in truth, should be simple. But you got a lot of loops and turns and shit that you got to go through with these people. Here you go, you got the who you think is in control of the police station, where they're not even licensed by the state to set up this kind of shit. The so-called white man. They're not. Another article just popped up about some damn Detroit. Let's see here. Let me see if that was a state troop or whatever the hell. Just popped up. Michigan State police officer won't survive injuries from crash on I-75 near Detroit. See? His ass got slaughtered. And that's the spirit. I was just literally speaking about that. Ain't that something? That's the spirit. He's on the side of the road on one of these dumbass freeways that Esau put together. Motherfuckers doing 80, doing 90 miles an hour, and you standing there with your ass tooted out, asking about license, registration, and insurance. Please. On that fast-moving ass freeway, or on those little tight-ass shoulders. Because you think that they will have a whole pull-off lane for police officers to pull people off on. It's nothing for them to create a whole nother lane with actually a barrier. You know? It's nothing for the police officers to say, or just by law, while they're giving you every goddamn thing else to get a driver's license. Why don't they tell you, hey, all right, when an officer pulls you over on the freeway, you pull to the next available barrier, where there's a lane that's off to the right of the shoulder, created with barriers, where they can pull off into that lane and let the police officer conduct his business. And then the opening where, at the end of that barrier, they can just pull back out and get right back onto the freeway. What's so wrong with that? You spending all this goddamn money on these freeways anyway. You got cameras. You got money for cameras. So it's just stupid as hell. It's actually really fucking doofy. You ask me. Construction workers being killed and shit. Now they have here, I think, well, it's been that way for a while. They got a pretty decent fine. And I think it's 15 years in jail if you kill a construction worker on one of these freeways. That's been going on for a few decades now. But I mean, and that's because it was so bad with these motherfuckers getting flipped over cars and nobody was stopping for them. Anyway, so I think, yep. So that's the spirit right there, man. But actually, again, I did want to Revelation 13, 16, because see, this is what all this surveillance is leading up to right here. Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This is how they're going to come up with the solution for everything that's going on. Oh, we got a solution. We're going to chip everybody. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, and they talking about real IDs and all this other little shit like this. So, they can use those cameras to see whether or not you are a chipped person and you're walking about out here in society. No, you can't be out in public. You didn't get your chip. Police just pull up on your ass. Location on you. You know what I'm saying? Camera work. Doing some infrared thermal fucking investigation on your damn body. Your biometrics. Police pull up. Throw your ass in the back of a squad car. Like, you can't be out here in public, sir. That's only for the chipped. Hell out of here, man. Chapter 14, verse 9, because you're not going to be able to buy or sell. That chip is going to be something that's going to be embedded in your ass, and you're not going to be able to, it's not going to just be a buy or sell. It's going to be moving through society in general. Of course, you're not going to be able to get a driver's license. Of course, you're not going to be able to go and get services that you need. Of course, you can't go to the bank. You know, they just going to take everything that you've ever worked for. They're already talking about that. They doing it, I think, in the UK. It's a few places like, hey, look, you got 90 days to comply, or these are the things we're going to take from you. You're not going to be able to go to the dentist. You're not going to, I think with a real ID right here in America right now, you can't go to the airports. You can't get on a train. I don't think you can get on a bus, Greyhound, or any of that shit neither. But you can't go into any federal buildings. So if you need to go to the post office, you need to go into, just to handle some business, you know what I'm saying? You're definitely not getting, it's just, they're going to make it difficult for the people. It's just going to come to a point, and, people, they just kind of give up anyway. Well, you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, all right. Well, let's see what the Lord got to say with that attitude of can't beat them, join them here. Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah, it's going to be some real tormenting that's about to come. And chapter 16 talks about that grievous sore. Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship the image. So some of these people are going to be out here looking crazy as hell. A lot of these people, actually. You get that goddamn chip, ain't no telling what kind of big ass sore, a big fucking bubble blister. Just you look like your ass in a bouncing ball, your ass blistered up so much. You just never know, man, how this is going to play out and how this man is going to get down, man. But I just wanted to touch on that, man, for a hot sec, because this place has been a surveillance state for quite some time, and it's only getting worse. And next thing is leading to is that MOTB. That's it. All roads lead to that. So we're praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh for mercy and endurance, man. Keep on praying. Pray for the Lord to keep you in your household, man, because a lot of people gonna fall for this shit. You know why they're gonna fall for it? Because they have the ease of this life on this side. And once that that little easement is tampered with, because you know these people, man, they don't want nothing to do with no discipline or no reproof. That's why you got all these fat motherfuckers running around and shit, don't want to get into no gym. You know, they prefer to go and have a lipo, or they'll prefer to go and do it the easy way, you know, and gastrointestinal surgery, all this bullshit, instead of just stopping the bullshit that they eating and take their big asses to a goddamn gym and working that shit off naturally, because nobody wants to do nothing like that. Why? Because there's work involved. And America is a very, very lax place. And these people are obese as hell, man. It's motherfuckers be walking through, or matter of fact, on the scooters in Walmart looking like a goddamn a Ford Fiesta. A mini goddamn car, man. The motherfucking scooter would barely move. I seen a lady so big the other day, I was like, God damn, did you know, I didn't know if it was something medical. Some people, you know, get like that when, you know, they got medical problems. But man, I'm just thinking to myself, like, did you eat yourself into that chair? I seen a lady at the supermarket yesterday. Enormous as hell, scratching her stomach, looking up at shit on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't even know if I know she had to been able to get up because she actually made it to the store to actually get the damn scooter. But man, when I tell you, boy, God damn, and that lady had to been every bit of 400, 500 pounds, man. Easy. Easy. So what you think is going to be going on with these people, man, when they can't get nothing to eat? They're going to comply. They're going to pull up, man. And it's like certain days, I think it's like Tuesday at one church in my neighborhood, Friday at one church in my neighborhood, Thursday at another one. But they got these, you know, these trucks that pull up, you know, for, I think it's Forgotten Harvest or whatever, you know, and they, you know, pull up, drop off pallets of food for the people that, you know, can, you know, that's having hard times to making it and whatever. But the fucking cars be around around a fucking corner circling a couple of times of people just in a line trying to pull up and get a box of food. Those are going to be, it's not going to be no problem for them people to pull up, especially if Esau offering something. You see how he got down when COV19 went down. When COV19 went down, this motherfucker was offering Krispy Kreme donuts. He was offering marijuana to Jake. Come on down, and if you roll your sleeve, you prove that you roll your sleeve up, we'll give you a joint. Like, the fuck out of here. You can get free tickets to the game. You know, you had some of these restaurants. You can come and get bring your kid free food for you and your kids. You know, you show that you're taking your shot. You can get a number one combo meal, and your children can get kids meals with the toy. Yeah, all right. And what did people do? Especially our people. They ran right out here and they took that shit. You know why they did? Because their funds were threatened, or you're not going to be able to show up for work. Okay. Everybody at my job. Matter of fact, I'm at this motherfucker right now. It's only like me and maybe two other people that didn't take that shit. And I'm talking about out of hundreds of motherfuckers too. And a lot of those people didn't make it back because I started to see in the cafeteria where motherfuckers, they was posting. It was a posting on the wall every other week of a motherfucker that such and such passed away. Such and such passed away. You know? Like, damn, I ain't never seen this before. Like, when did, you know, what's going on here? The one chick I work with, I ain't seen her ass today. She's somewhere around here because I don't even roll up around them. They be too damn sickly. But she been fucked up ever since she took it. Yeah, they made me take it. I said, huh? What you mean they made you take it? No, your ass had to go and take that shit on your own. You done it. And she was all surprised. I was like, no, did you take it? No, I ain't take that shit. Well, how are you still working here? Because I went and got, you know, I prayed. I didn't tell her I prayed, but I told her, hey, I got a religious exemption. That's exactly, I told her, hey, I put in for a religion exemption and it went through. She was like, serious? Yep, serious. Well, damn, I wish I had nothing. Yeah, all right. No, you Edomites are not going to know about anything like that. Well, she like, you know, she got 5 kids and shit, so she felt like she was forced. I'm like, no, they didn't force you. But I get what you're trying to say. You know, she done it because of her 5 kids. And I done a lesson on that the other day. Hey, When it comes to your family, you just going to be like, fuck it, man. They want to take their fat, greedy ass and stuff down and let this man put some shit in them, let them go do it. But your answer should be hell to the no. Hell to the now, to the now. That old ass guy be singing that song. You better be like, hell no. Because the Lord, we just read in Revelation 14, verses 9 and 10, what's going to happen to your ass if you do. So y'all better chill on that, man. Don't let your family members get you feeling guilty about going and get no shit like that so they fat asses can eat, man. Fuck that. I'm just putting it plain and simple. Straight up, man. So lock you for the language, because I know some of you motherfuckers so damn soft. Why is he talking like that while he's talking about the Bible? I'm trying to warn your ass, man. Trying to give you warning from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Whether you hear it or bear, the warning is out there. You worried about how the message is coming out. Anyway, because the house is on fire right now. We yelling at you to get the fuck out of the house. Then you want us to run back into the house to snatch your silly ass up when all you got to do is get the hell up and come on out of the house. No, we'll leave you in there. Fire department pull up. Is there anyone else in the house? Yeah, that clown in there. For real. Anyway, with that, man, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha'Allah. This type of police state, this type of surveillance that they pulling is only gonna go it's gonna go further. See, China, places like that, they already on top of this. They're already on top of this, man. They've been doing this type of shit. As a matter of fact, the guy, I think that was Klaus Schwab, the nigga from WEF, the World Economic Forum, he says China got the perfect example or the perfect model for the way that we need to run the world. Surveil every goddamn body. Just a camera on everybody there, man. I don't give a fuck what you do. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha'Allah and a Bible ball.